Right, everybody, welcome along to a whole new, brand new league. It is Aero, Aero, everybody. Two leagues joining together to make, of course, the new one. And here today is the very first round of Tier 1 here for Aero, which is very, very exciting indeed, especially for me because I came from the old ARD, which I'm going to very much have to stop myself from saying, because in my eyes this is still ARD, so I need to get that changed in my own head. But for the first round, it is Bahrain, everybody. 12 people joining us on the first race today, and a lot of faces that I do recognise actually, which is nice to see. A few new guys, but majority are people that I have seen before. But yeah, hopefully today's going to be a good one. Everybody, Bahrain is first. I just want to apologise for the very late start. It took me absolutely ages to get into the lobby, and then I had to actually sort the stream out as well when I actually got in, so I did miss a good probably 8 minutes of quali, which I do apologise about. But still here for the rest of it, and 9 minutes to go. Snipes then in the Williams, currently on provisional pole by 0.2 of a second from, is it Aloon? Aloon in second place. Then it is Lancer in third. Lord of the Lamb in 5. Kylo Ren in 5. Sorry, Lord of the Lamb in 4. Ali in 6. We have got Carnator in 7. Aero Greg in 8. Mac 9. Kingspin in 10. Lord James 11. And TJ Murray in P12. Nice to see some of the new and fresh faces around here. Nice to see some of the original guys as well. So it is very nice indeed. But today, hopefully, we're in for a good race, of course. Not too many people, but we can only hope for a nice clean race, of course. So we'll see what we can get. Right, then 8 minutes to go. Snipes on his outlap. Aloon as well on his outlap too. Lord of the Lamb, though, is out there on the track and 5.1 seconds down in this time around. I'm not too sure what he's up to. Maybe on his in lap actually. On this one around. Carnator in P7 is maybe starting the lap now. We'll never know. We'll see pretty soon. But Kingspin is up by 0.3 of a second in the first sector. Matman down in P10. Here at the moment in his McLaren. Can he find any speed then on this lap around to possibly get himself any higher? P10 at the moment isn't looking too shabby. It's not too great either for Kingspin, but I'm sure this man has got some more pace under his wing. Under that car, what can he produce on this lap around? Heading towards the end of the second sector, everybody. And into the final third. 7 minutes to go. Kingspin, is he improving? Yes, he is, by 0.6 of a second. He's done a 1:28.7, which means he's going to probably put himself around P6 or P5 on the time he is on at the moment. But let's see, can he continue the form as he heads around the final corner? Here comes Kingspin. Will it be a good time for the McLaren? Over the line, it will be from P10. P7, just behind his teammate, 1 minute 28.3 on times here today. In the chat, Uncle Lando, it's very nice to have you here, mate. It's been absolutely dead at the start of the stream. I'm normally used to a few more guys typing, but it's been very empty today. It really has, which is a shame. But thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. With 6 minutes to go then here in qualifying, everybody, here for Aero. It is very nice to see this league actually happening now, because it's been a long time in the making. But Snipes in the Williams is up by 0.3 in the final in the middle sector. He's going to cross that line on provisional pole even further now with a 0.3 improvement. That is what we like to see from the Williams. A brilliant time and just proves himself why he should be there on provisional pole today. Brilliant time from the Williams. A few beers and watch your comms. I appreciate that. Hopefully it's a good race for you today. I know I've known a lot of these drivers in here, mate, for a while. So these guys are definitely going to produce some good action. Well, hopefully, we can only hope. I know it'll be clean because I've known these guys for a good while. These guys, most of these guys in this league, are pretty much from the league that I began my proper commentary business through, which is quite nice to know. ARD was the first league that I actually began to turn it into a little business and started to try and get somewhere with it, and I'll never forget it in 2023. But here we are, 2025 now. Somehow time flies, and here for Aero. ARD closed down, of course. 2 leagues merged to make one, and 12 people here today. Of course, as you can see, Lewis has told me that a lot of people dropped out actually towards the actual time. So that is why we've got 12. But Lancer puts it on a 1 minute 27.168. That man is on provisional pole today and just overtakes Snipes by 1/10 of a second. It's a very nice time from Lancer in the Aston Martin on provisional pole now. Snipes in second. Aloon in third place then with his teammate Lord James across the line with a 1.7 second improvement. He's in P4 now. Lord Alam is up by a 1/10 then in the first sector. He's going to run it down. He's going to have the DRS activated, wide open the rear wing. And the battery all being used too for the Ferrari here in Aero, here in Bahrain. What can Lord Alam produce on a qualifying lap? He's got a 1 minute 27.895. It's 5th place for him at the moment. It's 2 tenths, nearly 3 tenths up then in the middle sector. More improvement for Lord Alam as he goes through this lap, and he goes to the final corner now with 3 minutes to go. The Ferrari will go foot to the floor towards the line here in qualifying with only 3 minutes before the end. Can he make any improvement? It's over the line, and for Lord Alam, I can't see if did he make any improvement? I don't know, because someone came online on my Xbox. Brilliant, so convenient. But Lord Alam P5, and it's a 3/10 improvement from his last lap around, which is very nice indeed. Lord James very much down. Lancer into the pit lane. At the moment, that is it for times. Kylo Ren is out there on an outlap, just come out of the pit lane now on his, of course, lovely new softs, and he will be getting ready to go for a time once he gets around this time around. But it's Lancer on provisional pole so far from Snipes. Snipes was always a very fast driver in ARD, so it's nice to see him on top with his form again today. But we'll have to see how well he does, of course, because new league, new environment, new drivers, it can definitely shake it up a little bit. Only thing we've got really going on at the moment is Kylo Ren, unless no, Lord Alam is invalidated again. It's Kylo Ren out there on an outlap. We've got Carnator on an outlap too, so the only thing we can really watch at the moment is Kylo Ren out there in the Aston Martin. This man in P6 at the moment. Can he find any improvement? Right then, towards the line then for Kylo Ren. This man now just beginning his flying lap here in qualifying. He's got a P6 time so far. Can this be a better one? That is the question. What is going to happen on this lap? Just while he goes around, I might as well tell you the calendar while we're here. So, of course, new league, brand new season, Season 1. And for Division 1, it is Bahrain, of course, here for round 1. Australia into the second round. Then it's Spain round 3. Italy's round 4 with Belgium in round 5. It is United Kingdom, Silverstone in round 6, Hungary 7, it is Canada 8, Japan 9, Singapore round 10, China 11, Azerbaijan in 12, Portugal 13, Las Vegas 14, and of course, having to round off the season with Abu Dhabi, yes, Marina Circuit, that is always a good one to round the season off. It is always great to finish there. I'm glad they've done that. Hopefully, I can stay with you guys for the whole entire season, because I didn't always get to do that with ARD, but it'd be nice to do it with Aero this season around. But here we go then. Qualifying is about to be concluded. Lancer is looking strong here in qualifying. Up there by a tenth from Snipes. 9 seconds to go. Lancer's going to go out and try and improve his chances. Snipes can't improve. He's 400ths of a second down than everybody in the first sector. It isn't looking like he can pick any more time up. Lord James finishing in 4. Lord of the Lambs 5. Kingspin is finishing in 8. But coming towards the line is a Alpine of Carnator then. Over the line is P8 for that man in this qualifying session. Lancer up by 2 tenths in the middle sector. The first sector, sorry, is looking quick for the Aston Martin. This man has got the pace. He's already on provisional pole. He's very nearly into the 1 minute 26s if he can keep this form up through the rest of the lap. The Aston Martin is looking quick. This is going to be a huge lap then. As he crosses the line there, is a 3/10 improvement in the middle sector. He's going to head down towards the end of this lap now. Qualifying is complete, but he's just trying to make a statement now. He's already got the pole, but can he just further it even more? Lancer towards the line. What will this time be? DRS activated. It was 3/10 up in the middle. Over the last sector, it's nearly half a second. Lancer in the Aston Martin. 1 minute 26.674 is a rapid time for that man and for any driver in this league. That is absolutely extraordinary. Over the line, he is 6/10 faster than the man behind him. Lancer is on pole position here in Bahrain for the first round of Tier 1 in Aero. What a qualifying that was from Lancer as he puts himself on pole position, solidifying himself up there at the top on the front row of the grid, with Snipes joining him in second. Them two are going to serve up some good racing action today. Grand Prix is up next, everybody. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be great. Got TJ in the chat saying, do not ready up on the grid until you're told to do so. Please expect that, because I've got a league of my own. I know how annoying that can be when somebody readies up. And in my league, if they do it now, we've just got rid of them. But here we go then, everybody. Finishing results is Lancer with a pole margin of 5.5 tenths then to take pole. Snipe second place in the Williams with Aloon in P3. Then it is Lord James in 4, Lord Alam 5, Kylo Ren 6, Ali 7, TJ Murray 8, Mac 9, Carnator 10, Kingspin 11, and Aero Greg in P12. That is it for your qualifying results, everybody. Next up is the Grand Prix. I hope you are looking forward to it just as much as me. It's going to be great. And let's just see what it's going to be like. If you don't know already, everybody, if you're not a regular on here, I'm now partnered with Track Titan, and they're a brilliant software. If you want to get quicker at your racing, of course, time trial, it can be race pace, whatever you want. You can set it up to track your laps. It's a bit like the EA version for F1, but it's a lot better. So Track Titan, definitely very good. It gives you setups if you need any setups, maybe that you need some suggesting to you. It'll track your laps, show you where you're down. It's very good software. I am not good at explaining, so I'm going to quickly put a sponsor video on for you. And yeah, just take it all in. It's a very good software, and just have a look for yourself.
Track Titan is the fastest way to become a better sim racer, with highly personalized insights assuring that you get the coaching that you need. Track Titan automatically records your driven laps and lets you pinpoint exactly where you're making mistakes, where you're losing time, and how you can fix it. When you sign up with Track Titan, you'll be able to analyze your driving, learn about tracks in the academy, and participate in driving challenges and community races.
And leaping off the line whilst Ryan needs to defend from Max 27, and Max 27's up, and Max 27's well up.
Allowing you to improve your sim racing at your own pace and in a friendly and helpful community. The Track Titan analysis doesn't just show you exactly where you're losing time, but also what faster drivers are doing differently than you, from racing lines to steering inputs. This way you're not only made aware of your mistakes, but you're also given a solution to fix them. In the Academy you can learn all about different tracks, how to properly drive them, test your knowledge, and of course beat the driving challenge. And we've also built up a wonderful community of sim racers who love to help each other out, share stories, videos and pictures, and who participate in the weekly hot lap challenges and races. With even more features coming in the future, be sure to check out Track Titan with a link in the description, or head over to tracktitan.io to sign up.
Right everybody, we are going in a second, but if you just saw that, you get a 30-day free trial and a 30% off your first month by clicking the link in the chat right now. But enough of that. It's the first round of Aero, ladies and gentlemen. It is here in Bahrain. 12 drivers to get us going. Lancer on pole. It's lights out and away we go. Snipes trying to chase him down already into turn 1. It was an awful start from the guys behind. Lancer with a brilliant start down into turn 1. It's Aloon already into second place. Lord the Lamb now into second. The Ferrari is really getting his elbows out at the very start, but Snipes getting himself back into second place, and Lord the Lamb having to drop down, but maybe he can make a move. Lord the Lamb, the Williams just defending enough there to keep the Ferrari behind here in this race so far. It's a very good defending strategy there from Snipes, but Lancer with an even better one. This man flew ahead at the start. It's fastest in the first sector. This man is doing well so far, but trying to keep Snipes at bay. He's going to switch back underneath. Snipes has got the race pace here today at the moment. Can he send it around the outside? The Williams has done so into the lead of the Grand Prix. Lancer now second place. Lord the Lamb is battling with Aloon. 3 and 4. Lord the Lamb round the outside. Who will get ahead? It is level pegging down into the left-hander, and the same goes for the guys behind as well. But Lord the Lamb is into third place with Aloon into 4. TJ Murray then in 5. Lord James in 6. Ali 7. Behind that is Kylo Ren. It's Max sends it down the inside line, and he's into 8th position in this race. Kylo Ren drops down to 9. It is Carnosaur in 10, trying to make a move on the Aston Martin, but isn't opened up for him this time around. Aero Greg at the back of the grid still after starting at the back here in qualifying, but Snipes on lap 1, now on to lap 2 of 29 is leading. Lancer going right down the pit wall then, everybody. Heading down the straight here in Bahrain. Snipes still leading from Lancer, from Lord the Lamb. Aloon, then TJ Murray, Lord James, Ali, Mac, Kylo Ren, Carnosaur, Kingspin, and Greg at the back. But what a start to this Grand Prix, everybody, and hopefully continue to get the racing action. Aloon catching on Lord the Lamb. Wow, very nice start to hopefully a good race. Somebody's in AI mode already, Lord James, I think, unless he was ghosted there, but something was going on. But anyway, Snipes still leading. Lap 2 of 29 is here at the moment, and Lancer trying to chase down the man that just took away his lead of this race. The man that took it on pole position by half a second is being outdone by the Williams, with clearly better race pace at the moment. But what can Lancer do? Can he find any time? The man ahead is on the mediums. The man behind is on the hards. Maybe that is going to play into it today. top two on different race strategies. Let's see how that one works out then as we head round into the final corner and onto the main straight once again. It'll be lap 3 of 29 now. And Lancer trying to catch Snipes once again down into turn 1 here in Aero. What can they do? Lancer took pole. Lancer got it stolen away. Lancer can't get through just yet. He was very much there though, and has to wait back behind the Williams once again. But the drivers all training through then as Carnator making the move on Mac, very nearly there. He's going to try and get the better exit out of here. We've got the DRS as well to just bring him along. Can he make any move yet? No, he can't. He's sticking very close behind it. Nothing's enough for him at this moment in time. He's got the McLaren behind him as well, off Kingspin. But this battle up in the front is going to continue on and on, which is nice to see. So let's keep this up. Yellow flags, everybody, as somebody's gone around. Lord Alam making moves up on Aloon, then down the inside. Lord Alam into third now as his teammate spun around not too long ago. He's now 3.7 away from the pack. He's dropping back on time. Lap 3 out of 29. Lancer's still trying to catch Snipes. He could have easily made a pass down the straight, but I don't think he wanted to. I'm not sure what's going on there, but he's gonna do what he can on the hard compound tyres, heading towards the end of this lap. Snipes, maybe with a bit of wheel spin off of that corner there, but here we go then to the final corner here in Bahrain. It's round 1 in Tier 1 here for Aero and Lancer. Trying to catch Snipes. The man that took his pole away is going to get his race win taken away there. Lancer down the inside and Lancer into the lead of the Grand Prix. Snipes in second place, Lord Lamb in third, Aloon in fourth, still all training each other then, heading through at this moment in time. Lap 4 of 29, Snipes now in second place on the back foot. Lancer is in the lead, but what can Snipes do? He's getting closer, sniffing down the inside. Here comes Snipes with a bit of wheel spin there. He spins his backside out, and that is it for Snipes. No more challenging for him at the moment. He has to drop back with a 4/10 gap now to him and Lancer at this moment in time. Going a bit off wide there, Lancer. Snipes just trying to pick up on the pieces. The gap's 4/10, now 3/10. Coming down, reducing itself. Nothing too much from this battle at the moment. But if you're in the stream chat, let me know. It'd be nice to see you there. Of course, I know Nike's there, but Kingspin within a 3-second penalty in this race so far. That's the first penalty of this race. I've got to say, very clean, boys. I was expecting cleanness. Don't worry about that. I knew you guys were going to be clean, but this is very nice indeed. It really is. Nice racing action from all the boys here today. And you cannot fault it at all. But heading down the straight then. Any more moves? It's looking like we might just get some. Look how close these guys are now. The Mercedes just missing out on an opportunity there to make an overtake ahead as well. Snipes couldn't do anything about that one and still has to stay behind Lancer. As behind the Mercedes of Aloon with an awful corner. He's dropping back the order. It is TJ Murray trying to get out the inside. Can he make a move on Aloon? He's going to try and make it around the outside. Has he done him in? The Ferrari ahead. Here comes the Mercedes as well. But on the outside line, don't underestimate TJ because he's going to stick his car where it fits. But it didn't work out this time around. He's paired up with the other Mercedes who's managed to get past him too, of Lord James. Down the inside, switching back underneath TJ with a better corner through there. Can he get a better exit though? Lap 5 of 29 is producing some lovely action so far here in Bahrain. TJ can't do anything about that one as of yet. Greg into the barrier, I think. Here we go, Kingspin, Carnator and Mac. Moves happening here. Carnator into 9. Mac being overtaken by Kingspin for a brief second, but round the outside goes Mac. Kingspin nearly living up to his name there, but he stays on the track. Lap 5, 29. Here we go then. Snipes, he's got a half a second gap. Greg gets a 3-second penalty, but something is feeling like qualifying here with a half a second gap from the top two. And we're going to head down towards turn 1. The big long run down into turn 1 here in Bahrain. And Lancer is still your leader by a very nice margin. Look at this battle from behind though. Alun down into P3. Lord of the Lamb trying to make the move down the inside. Here comes Lord James into 4. Lord of the Lamb though running him off wide. He's got off the track in this race, and here comes TJ. It's a double overtake for TJ Murray. What a lovely move from the RB. Can he go round the outside? He drops it off, and he's lost the 2 positions straight away, unfortunately. Nearly 3 there as Greg retires with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane too. That man is out of today's race. Maybe he'll join us in the stream, possibly. But that man is out, and that is the first retiree of today's race. Lap 6 of 29, still a long while before the end. Right then, lap 6 of 29 is about to be concluded. Here comes Lancer down the main straight. Lap 7 of 29 has come about. Lancer in the lead then, from Snipes in 2nd place, Alun in 3rd. I've got to say, 2 Mercedes boys did a brilliant job then to get themselves where they are today in P3 and P4, but behind Mack and Kingspin, giving us a nice show. As the Williams just trying to outdo the McLaren there. He's gone ahead and done it. Into P10 goes Mack. Kingspin down to 11. What can the McLaren do though? Can he fight back down the inside? He's got to brake later if he wants it. He does brake later. They both simultaneously get at the exact same time. They both spin very nearly. That would have been really good if I was watching from above, wouldn't it? But I completely missed it. That would have been great. Following through them here in Bahrain. What can Mack do? Skidding again on these medium compound tyres. 7-lap old, of course, in this race. Nothing going on there at the moment, unfortunately. Lap 8 then, are we going to move? Not again, not even yet, but there's a 2-second gap between Snipes and Alun, and that gap looks bigger than it actually is at the moment. It is looking fairly big going down the straight, but into the pit lane goes Mack in the Williams. It is the new tyres for this man. It's the mediums, so we're looking at the hards for this strategy then if he's going to go in now, as he does. But what does this mean for him? Yeah, hard compound tyres on that Williams car then as it comes out of the pit lane after it served its penalty, unless that was just my game. But anyway, still trying to catch Lord of the Lamb is TJ Murray on lap 8 of 29. Good battling so far from the lads. Would have been nice to have some more people, of course, here today, but you know what, you can't complain. This is some clean racing, and I definitely choose cleanness over dirty driving. So we are in for a winner today, first round of this season. But TJ just going off wide there. Lord of the Lamb too in this race. Up ahead is 9/10 now between Lancer and Snipes. That is not on anymore. The battle is not on for Snipes on Lancer. Right, another pit stop then from TJ Murray. That is the third we've seen so far. And of course, we've got some different strategies from the guys in the midfield, more so at the front. Lancer and Snipes on different strategies. You can see that now. Snipes just been into the pit lane on the new hard compound tyres now. He started on the mediums, which explains why he might have been a bit faster at the beginning of this race. Lancer was on the hards, but he had the race pace, and he's managed to outrace him then to the top at the moment. But he hasn't pitted yet. He can go longer on these hard compound tyres. Only 10 laps in of the 29 that we've got here today, still 19 that he's got, so he's got a good few laps before he has to pit on these tyres. So it is looking good for the Aston Martin at the moment. His teammate Kylo Ren down in 6th with a 4-second gap to Ali. So he is not really in any battle with anybody at the moment. He's in his own race because he's got a 2.9 second behind him as well. So on his own here in Bahrain at the moment for round 1 of Aero, but Lancer in the lead with a 3.7 second gap to the man behind of Aloon, who maybe decides to go into the pit lane now. No, he doesn't. He's on the hard compound tyres. He shouldn't really, as they head down the straight. Lord James on the hards as well, but clearly the mediums, it is time to pit if you've got them on now. Lord Alam does the exact same thing. He's going to go on for the hard compound tyres now in this race, off for his main strategy call, and lap 11 of 29 comes around. Lord Alam decides to pit on that particular one. He's got the hards on now and he should be able to go to the very end of the race on them. So we'll see how well he does with them tyres. But Aero Greg has been the only man that has been retired today. We've got 11 people left in a lovely battle forming from behind with Lord Alam and TJ Murray. These guys finally giving us a bit of action at the moment, but the DRS is activated for the man in front of Lord Alam, who must have just got ahead then and stole that DRS away from TJ before he made the pass. But Lancer is still driving amazingly ahead, away from everybody. Everybody's so evenly displaced at the moment, apart from Lord Alam and TJ, that seem to be right next to each other at the moment with a 2/10 gap. And the only thing we're going to see for a good few laps, they're heading down the back straight. Maybe will we see any move here? The DRS activated, wide open then for TJ with a bit of battery as well. Is he going to use any? No, he isn't. He has to stay back as well. He doesn't decide to make the move yet, so maybe he's going to feel more comfortable making it down the straight, or maybe the next straight actually. It's coming up in a few moments time, which of course is another long straight we have here in Bahrain, but I'm not too sure when he's going to decide to do so. The RB then with a brilliant exit out the final few corners. Only the final corner to go here in Bahrain. What can TJ do? Will he make it into the final? He's going to stay back. He'll get the slipstream, maybe a bit of battery as well, but more importantly the DRS down the straight. This is going to help him get the overtake from P10 for P9. He's going to be down the inside for the V-carb. He stayed back, and it might have just been the right call for him. Down the inside, that was a very easy pass, and into P7 for TJ, as two people, Ali and Kingspin, both McLarens actually, decided to go into the pit lane. A McLaren double stack here in Bahrain, which you don't normally see. But Lord Alam down the inside again, fighting back with the DRS to help him as well. He forces him off the track, nearly spinning round goes the V-car, but he's going to try and cut underneath, and he isn't able to this time around. And Lord Alam is back ahead into 7th position, ahead of TJ once again on lap 12 of 29. That was definitely a warning for TJ for going off the track there. It was very, very deep onto that track. But yeah, lap 12 of 29 then. It's JJ actually, that JJ Lancer in the Aston Martin. 4.2 ahead of Aloon now. That man's just picking off a second each lap we go around. This man is not afraid of it at all, and Aloon isn't able to pick up one single bit. Lord James 3 seconds behind his teammate Kylo Ren is 8 seconds behind Lord James. Everybody's so just displaced at the moment. Nobody near each other at all in this race so far, apart from the two guys at the back of Mac and Kinspin. There is also the TJ and Lord Alam going on, so we've got two little things going around as we head round the straight again with this pair. The same two that we saw before. Lord Alam is now just going to fly ahead into the distance. No move happening here on this time around. TJ is nowhere to be seen compared to Lord Alam. Going a bit deep into turn 1 as well isn't going to help him and his race efforts. But I think Ali and someone's just made a move. Kingspin on Mac down the inside in the McLaren into P10 as Mac drops down to the back of the grid. Of course, back of the grid was P12 a bit before. That was before Greg retired, and now we've got P11 as the back of the grid with Mac in the Williams at this moment in time. Pit stops then. Should we have a look at pit stops on the screen? P1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 all haven't pitted in this race. The rest of them have. So I think we've got 4, 8, 12, 14, 18. Well, really, maybe, possibly, if my maths are right, Snipes is possibly provisionally leading right now. When the guys go to pit, but that depends on how that changes, you know, because we've still got a while to go. I say a while, we've still got halfway before the end of this race. Lancer in the Aston Martin is doing a very, very nice job at keeping his car on the track. He's driving perfectly. The car is absolutely responding to every input he puts into it, and nothing wrong with that at all. Into the right-hander, 4.5 ahead of second place. Aloon driving very nicely indeed so far. His teammate behind driving well as well, but clearly they just haven't got the race pace to keep up with Lancer, the Aston Martin, here today. What have we got going on? Any more battles down into turn 1? Lord of the Lamb and TJ. Nothing really going on there, but Kingspin with a 1 minute 31.192 in the McLaren puts himself with the fastest lap. He can get himself an extra point today if he can keep that, which is always nice to have. The Ferrari going a bit wide out of that corner. TJ just trying to follow his line and get the slipstream going through the corners, but nothing working at the moment to make a pass. Here comes Snipes on Carnator into 5. Carnator hasn't even pitted yet, so that isn't a good sign. As Snipes goes around then on the second straight. And he brings himself back on the hard compound tyres, and they're going to be very, very warm now as he brings himself back on. He's going to have to ease his racing back in. He can't go pedal to the metal now because he is in P6 and his tyres are absolutely cooked here today. Carnator then in P5 in the Alpine has not pitted. He was looking like it wasn't going to be very good for him because he got overtook by Snipes, but then Snipes went around, cracked under pressure somehow, and now he's in P6 and he's got a 2.8 second gap that he already gained on. Now he's got to gain it again, which is going to take even more life out of his tyres and maybe affect him come race end. But TJ down the inside, Lord of the Lamb in 8th place then, trying to fight him back. He makes contact on the rear wing, but still nothing is making it possible for Lord of the Lamb to make the move. This man's normally pretty quick, but in 8 at the minute he can't make any moves on TJ. Not to say that he hasn't been quick today, but it's not going his way with the overtakes because he was ahead, and now TJ is absolutely owning it ahead in 7th position. But to make life quite exciting, Lancer, Aloon, Lord James, Kylo Ren and Carnator all haven't pitted. That is 5 people that haven't pitted, all on the hards as well, of course, on the different strategy here in Bahrain. Will Lancer decide to pit now? He's got a 4.6 to the guy behind. When will they decide to go in? What is the pit window for them? What is the lap they will be going around into the pit lane? Lancer does not decide to do that yet, but he is hugging the pit wall every single time he goes down the straight. And Aloon isn't opting for that option. But Kylo Ren in 4th position, still driving a very, very nice race with a 10.5 second gap to the man ahead. 10.5 seconds to the podium too. That is how you want to be looking at it. Lap 16 of 29, which means we've got 13 to go before we reach the end, which is gone fairly quick actually in this race. But Lancer still 4.9, now 5 seconds, breaking into the 5s ahead of Alun, and this is going to really benefit him when he goes into the pit lane, because he might just be able to take that lead again with his brand new tyres. I assume he'll go on the mediums when he decides to pit, but Snipes finally making that move on Carnotaur. He makes up on his mistakes, and 5th position is all his now. Carnotaur hasn't even pitted and has been overtook by the man that is most likely going to take the lead in his race if he continues this form here today. The race pace from Snipes has been absolutely unmatched today. Lancer, of course, with the same, but they are both on different strategies. Which one is going to work out better? That is the question. We're going to get that answered in a few moments' time when Lancer decides to make that pit stop. But none of the hard runners have decided to make that call at the moment, so we're going to still wait before that comes around on lap 17 of 29, but very much nearing 10 laps before the end, and I feel like people are going to start to make that call soon. If they keep it going, they can put on the softs, to be fair, but I don't know how well the softs perform around here in Bahrain. Ooh, snap there from Lord James, very nearly going around as well, but caught it in the last moment. Here we go then, round the final corner. Lancer in the Aston Martin. Will this be the lap he goes for a pit stop, or am I just waiting for nothing to happen in the moment? Maybe. He goes into the pit lane. Finally, I thought he was going to go down the pit wall, but no, the pit lane is where he's going today. Is anybody going to follow him? No, they're not, so Alun's going to inherit the lead then as he crosses the line. James into the pit lane. Kylo Ren, will he make the same call, because he hasn't pitted either? And Carnotaur too. That is what we're going to wait on now. We're going to head down the straight, and Kylo Ren continues on. Carnotaur, will he make the same call as he comes into the pit lane, or does he carry on? He carries on as well. Who's going to be coming out? Alun in first, Kylo Ren second place. Lancer comes out in third with the new tyres, just ahead of Snipes. This strategy has worked out better for Lancer. He's on the softs as well. He's on the softs. Snipes has not got a chance to make this move now. He is on the hard compound tyres. They're a lot older than Lancer's tyres too. He's on the soft compound tyres. They are, of course, the most grippiest that you can get. You can see the way he throws himself into the corners, and the car just grips the ground. He is definitely not being overtaken today. He's in third place. He's got his teammate ahead of him, who has yet to pit then with 11 laps to go. I think it's fair to say Lancer, if he continues his form, is going to take today's win here in Bahrain. He's going to keep racing and racing to try and catch his teammate, but on these soft compound tyres, it shouldn't be anything at all for him. But he was the only one, actually. Someone else, who decided to come? I can't remember. Someone, Lord James, sorry, down in P9. He came out on the mediums then, and he really did not benefit from the pit stop, because he right down at the back, but going down the inside of his teammate Lancer into second place, and he's also fastest in the middle sector. So that fastest lap that we got from Kingspin earlier on is most likely going to get taken away from him now, as we watch Lancer towards the line, of course hugging the pit wall once again. Lap 19 of 29, 10 laps to go. Lancer, will he take fastest lap? Not, of course, not this lap around, but Alun into the pit lane then, and he's going to come out looking like P4 when he decided to stay in, so it's not bad at all. But Snipes very nearly going around. His hard compound tyres just aren't responding the way he wants them to. Kylo Ren was very close going down the straight, but now there's a 1.1 second gap and he's nowhere to be seen. Lancer is 1.3 ahead then with 10 laps to go. He's on the soft compound tyres. He's fastest first sector, absolutely throwing himself into these corners, and the car is just doing what he's told. It is very nice to see. But leading today, more importantly, it could be an Aston Martin 1-2 to begin the season. It's always nice to see that. When I used to run my league, ZRL, I think we did 9 seasons, and in a good 4 or 5 of them seasons, we got a 1-2 to start the season in the first round. Can Aero do that today with a 1-2 for the Aston Martin? I've seen Red Bull 1-2s, I've seen McLaren 1-2s, and Mercedes, never an Aston Martin. Can we get that today? There we go, Lancer over the line. That man with the fastest lap of the race down with the 1:29. And he is just going to solidify himself with even more points then in this race, which is going to help him in the championship, of course. The first round and the first lot of points that are up for grabs today, and he's going to really get the absolute most out of them points. I think there's a point for pole, point for fastest lap, and the point for the win as well. This man is taking all the points in today's race. He can go ahead and win. He's got 9 laps before the end. Can them softs survive the 9 laps? He's already been on them too. We'll just have to see. That is the question. The softs aren't always great. They vary in strength depending on the track, of course, and how long they will last. But hopefully they can be alright in Bahrain. Track temp is always quite high around here, so we'll have to see how well they handle. But Snipes in second place. He got 6.4 to the man in the lead at the moment. It isn't looking like he can get anywhere near the leader today. He's on the hard compound tyres. The strategy unfortunately just didn't go his way in this race, and that is just the reality of it sometimes. Didn't work out. He came out just behind, and that meant he didn't even get a single chance of getting in the lead. So Snipes is going to have to settle for second place, maybe even third if Alun can make the move. He's on the brand new medium compound tyres, only a few laps old. Can he make a move on Snipes then? Snipes with a bit of an awful exit there, going around the final corner. They're going to head down the main straight. The slipstream is in full effect. No overtake button being used here today from Alun. Down the inside though, level pegging. Clearly one of them was waiting about there because he could have easily gone down the inside. But is he going to try it now? They're going to go side by side through turns 1 and 2. The Williams nearly losing his back end, but the Mercedes is into second place then on the new tyres, and that just shows even more so how the strategy did not work at all. And Alun takes second place. I don't know what just happened here. Kylo Ren's down in 8th. Did he win the pit lane? Yes, he did for the softs, so that isn't going to be an Aston Martin 1-2 anymore. But it was probably a good call because I don't think his tyres would have lasted to the very end, would they? So fair enough then for the Aston Martin. We haven't had a single safety car, not a VSC, hardly even a yellow flag. Today it's been very, very clean indeed, and these are the kind of races you want to see, especially on a first round. It's quite impressive what these guys have done today. But 8 laps to go before the end. That will nearly be 7 once this man comes around to cross the line in a few moments time. Can't at all with a 3-second penalty, and Kingspin has the same. They're the only 2 drivers in this race today that do actually have penalties. Sorry, the rest of them don't have any. As we head up towards the line, Lancer crosses that line, makes it lap 22 of 29, and leaves us with 7 before the end. He is 7.6 seconds ahead of Alun at the moment, and Alun has got Snipes 1.2 behind him, but he isn't going to make a move on him. So at the moment, he will be safe. This has been incredibly clean, I can't lie. It's gone very well indeed. But Lancer's 8.3 is picking off a second as he goes around. This man is just making a joke of it now on these soft compound tyres. So we have a look quickly. They're 4 laps old now. The oldest tyre compound out there at the moment is Snipes' with 13 laps. Or Mac actually, 14, but it does explain why Snipes is struggling. And ironically, the 2 Williams with the worst tyres then today. But Harry in the chat, how you doing, mate? Thanks for joining us. I do apologise for not really being about on the server today, or earlier on. I've just been preparing for this, but I'll help out when I get the time and get the stuff sorted that you've asked me to do. But 6 laps to go before the end. And 11 people left, of course. We lost Greg earlier on at the start of the race. He went into the barrier, I believe, at one point. He spun around, and then he retired in the pit lane after getting himself a 10-second penalty for speeding going in there. But I'm sure he didn't really matter. He didn't really care, actually, as he was retiring anyway. But Lancer in the Aston Martin from Aloon in 2nd place. Snipes in 3rd. Lord James is in 4, then from Lord Lamb in 5. TJ Murray in 6. Ali Ali 7. Kylo Ren 8. Carnotaur 9. Mac 10. And Kingspin in 11. But like I mentioned, 6 to go. And the gap is now nearly 9 seconds between Lancer and Aloon. It's getting bigger each lap we go around. Lap 23 of 29, everybody. 11 laps to go. And we are nearly at the end. And if that video interested you at all, in the chat is the link you can click, get a 30-day free trial and a 30% off your first month by clicking that link. But nothing really is going on now, so if you wanted to, you're more than welcome to go and click that link. But here we go then. The Mercedes of Lord James is looking closer to Snipes. Snipes is looking like he's going to drop down even more than in this race. He's P3 at the moment, and looking like it's going to drop down to 4 here today. But 6 tenths then between Lord James and Snipes, and the gap has got bigger as he heads into the right-hander. So still going to have to wait around for that one. Ali Ali throwing it then into the right-hander. Chasing down TJ Murray. Can we get a move between these two before the end? There's still a few laps to go. Not too long now, though. It really has gone fast with the last 10. There's only about 5 before the end. But Ali Ali making contact with TJ very nearly, causing them both into a spin. He kept himself on the track. He sure got a bit of wing damage from that one as well. But he's P7. Is it going to affect him at all here today in 7th position? Maybe not. Maybe it will, you never know. He's got a massive gap behind there with 10 seconds, so he's got a lot of breathing space at the moment. If he gets through past TJ, it doesn't matter. So at the moment, he is pretty safe in this race. Earliest tyres we've got today, the youngest tyres, is Kingspin in P11. Can he pull out the fastest lap of the race then? Down in 11th position, that would be a very nice thing for him. Pick up some more points, maybe take away 1 from Lancer, who is currently taking the winning points, the pole position points, and the fastest lap point too. But through goes James then on Snipes. And finally, the 2 Mercedes reunite again in 2nd and 3rd. It was the 2 Aston Martins, but that man went down into the pit lane, put on the new softs of Kylo Ren, and he's down in 8th now, running his own race. He's got nobody around him here in Bahrain as we very nearly reach the end of a very clean race, might I add. It was incredibly clean. I've never seen anything like it. Ali Ali looking the closest driver then to make a move on TJ Murray. Can he do anything about it? I think he just got a bit of wing damage. Nothing visible, but maybe he's got a slight bit then as we head towards the end of this lap, the final 2 corners before the end here in Bahrain. What can Ali Ali do on TJ Murray? Can he get anything out of that car? Give us a nice overtake. His rear wheel skidding out a bit there. The car ahead of TJ left to right to left, then down the straight. He goes hugging the inside wall. Ali's going to go on the outside line, and he very much flies past him there. Not even a thought in sight for him, because he very easily into 6th position. And TJ was an absolute sitting duck down the straight. Snipes back into 3rd. This man finally found a bit of pace on his hards. Maybe they're coming to life now on 17 laps old. And Lord James down into 4 now as well. Very nearly locking up going into the right-hander. He very nearly goes into the barrier too at the very end. Maybe the pressure's getting to him on the 8-lap old medium compound tyres. He's got half a second now to Snipes after that small mistake. But Lancer's gap to Alun, 1 and 2 with 8.9. 9 seconds now the gap, with only 2 to 3 laps left then, everybody, before the end. And the Aston Martin racing his heart out. This man clearly chose the right strategy on them softs, hugging the pit wall again as he takes us on to lap 27 of 29. Next lap around is the penultimate before the end. Here comes James on Snipes. Possibly he can make the overtake back on him. Here we go. Mercedes against the Williams. It's down the inside for Lord James, and he's back into 3rd place then, up to his teammate. Snipes down to 4 once again. He can't do absolutely anything about that anymore. There's only 2 laps to go. 3 laps actually before the end. So he hasn't really got a lot of time to do anything about that. He's going to try and make the move down the inside. He can see a gap that existed, but he didn't go for it. Stayed back. Ooh, Mac nearly going around the final corner. It's lap 27 of 29. Lancer is heading through the middle sector at the moment, and he's got a McLaren of Kingspin ahead, who he's going to come around and lap pretty soon. The blue flags will be waved by the marshals, and the Aston Martin will very easily fly through past the McLaren, who will let him through. But down the back straight then into sector 3 and into the final DRS detection zone as we head onto the main straight. It'll be the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix, everybody. Lap 27 becomes lap 28. JJ Lancer gets through past the McLaren of Kingspin, the back marker, and we're finally onto the penultimate lap of this Grand Prix. Lancer in the lead with 8.8 seconds to Alun. The 2 Mercedes looking strong at the moment, but how long can this man last then in 3rd place? Snipes is going to chase him down into turn 1. Will he go for that gap this time around? No, he won't. He stays back, which might have been the best choice because it could have ended in carnage, and we haven't really had any carnage today, so we don't want any of that. I think the stewards are going to have a very easy night, as opposed to my league that happened yesterday, and it's took the stewards all the way until about an hour ago to sort all the stewards' decisions out. But there won't even be a single one here today because it's been so clean. Kylo Ren getting through past Ali. I'm not so sure what happened there. It looked like he let him through, but Kylo right round the outside. Didn't even have to put any effort into that one. It was a sitting duck, the McLaren was, and the Aston Martin flying through to 7th position now with the 8-lap old soft compound tyres, and he's got 6.4 to TJ in 6th ahead of him. But we're on the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, and Lancer is going to bring us round now then onto the final lap before the end. Lord James with a 3-second penalty, which means Snipes has got a chance of being on the podium here today after racing well, but his tyres just haven't lasted all race long. If he can keep the if he can keep the 3-second gap, keep it under 3 seconds, that man will take the podium away from Lord James, but we'll have to see. Let's see if that is possible, shall we? Snipes into 3rd. Oh, very nearly going around as well, but Snipes is into the podium positions already. He doesn't need no penalties. He's done it on track. Oh, Lord James, what's happened there? He's gone around at the back. We didn't even notice that. He's gone into the barrier very nearly, spun around. That man down in P4 has dropped positions then from Snipes. He will not be taking that podium at all. He's got a 3-second penalty. Snipes is flown ahead in the distance now by 2.7 on the final lap of the race. Lap 29 of 29. Lancer on the 11-lap old softs has drove very brilliantly today. He's going to head round to round off the middle sector, soon to be in the final third. Into the final third now. It unfortunately couldn't be the Aston Martin 1-2 we were all hoping for. The Kylo Ren decided to go into the pit lane because his tyres all of a sudden dropped off, but this man here has been absolutely unbeatable. Alun couldn't do anything about it. Snipes couldn't do anything too. He's going to take all the points for pole, all the points for the fastest lap, and he takes the win here today in Bahrain too. It's Lancer with the race win for round 1 here in Aero, the first ever race winner of this whole brand new league. Alun in second place. Snipes, will he get on the podium as he crosses the line? He very much will. Lord James has to settle for 4th with his penalty. Lord the Lamb in 5. TJ Murray will cross the line in 6 on his hards. All old and beaten in 6th place. TJ crosses the line in. Kylo Ren will take 7 once he gets there. Then Ali will be 8th. Carnator with a penalty, but that won't affect Mac as he will cross the line 23 seconds away actually, as he's going to head round now down the back straight, and he will round this race off for us today. Very clean from everybody, but race win for Lancer. Oh, I see Garrison lurking around the chat as well. He didn't think to say anything. Can't believe it. TJ then with the driver of the day. And now is your podium celebrations. Right, everybody, finish results then for the Grand Prix. Lancer with an unbeatable Grand Prix today. 26 points bagged for him. It's the fastest lap. The Grand Prix win. 27 if you count the pole position as well. That man taking the win then in the Aston Martin. Alun takes second place in the Mercedes from Snipes, who just got himself on the podium in 3rd. Lord James has to settle for 4. It's Lord the Lamb 5, TJ in 6, Kylo Ren in 7, Carnator 8, and Mac in 9, sorry, and Ali in 10. Kingspin. Did he retire? No, he carried on. He was P11 as well, but Greg is the only man to retire here today, everybody, so thank you for joining me for the first round. I will be back next week. I'll quickly have a look for you. Next week is Australia on the 4th of February, which is going to be very nice, out in Melbourne for the Albert Park Street Circuit. Make sure you're there. Thanks for joining me for this week. It's been very nice, very clean. I'll see you next week.